Hi everyone, and welcome to Sustain Life Journal Yoga. Today we'll be flowing through a Hatha yoga class, which will be a little bit more of a slower pace. You can go ahead and get started in Balasana pose, with your feet together and your knees out wide. Stretching your hands out in front of you and allowing your forehead to rest gently on the mat. If you enjoy today's class, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to learn more about sustainable living and yoga lifestyle tips, you can check out sustainlifejournal.com. So begin by just taking deep inhales and exhales through your nose. Throughout today's class, I'll be using a mixture of English and Sanskrit to describe the poses. Just a reminder that I am a guide and you should tune in to how your body feels in each pose as your main teacher. Slowly begin to peel your upper body off the mat, walking your hands towards your body. Bringing your feet together, raising your hands up over your head, and then allowing your hands to come to heart center in Anjali Mudra. We'll take a few moments just to check in with ourselves as we begin this practice. Thanking ourselves for taking the time to practice self-care and self-love, to take care of our physical body and our spiritual self. Take a deep inhale through your nose, raising your hands up over your head. And then on your exhale, allow your left hand to come to your right knee, twisting over your right shoulder. Take a deep inhale through your nose, and on your exhale, raise your hands up over your head, and then release your right hand to your left knee, twisting over your left shoulder. Take a deep inhale through your nose, and on your exhale, raise your hands up over your head, and then allow your hands to come back behind you, and you can interlace your fingers and gently lift your chin up towards the sky, stretching out your neck and the front of your body. Maybe leaning back a little bit into your hands and your heels. And just feeling the stretch throughout your arms and shoulders. If you'd like to experiment a little bit, you can bring your upper body forward, bringing your forehead to the earth, just to try out a different sensation in your body. You can lift your hands up away from your lower back or keep them rested on your back. Just remembering to tune into your breath and how each little movement feels in your body. When you're ready, you can begin to lift back up, raising your hands up over your head, allowing your hands to come to heart center. And then shifting forward onto your hands and knees and slowly allowing everything to come down onto the mat, onto your belly. Begin to slide your hands out in front of you, moving into Salamba Bhujangasana, our elbows parallel with our shoulders, and the palms of our hands pressing into the mat. Lifting your chest up away from the mat. And again, tuning into your inhales and exhales. Begin to stack one hand over the other, creating a little pillow with your hands to rest your right cheek on top of them, and allowing your body just to take a moment of rest. It may not seem like you've done a whole lot of work quite yet in class, but you definitely have. Even just getting this video out and your mat rolled out is a lot of work. You can begin to bend your legs, maybe swaying your feet side to side to release some of the tension from your lower back. Maybe switching the gaze of your eyes. And then eventually releasing your feet down onto the mat, bringing your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders, tenting your fingers and pressing up onto your fingertips. Then allowing your right shoulder to come down towards the earth, lifting back up towards center, and then allowing your left shoulder to come down towards the earth, looking under your right armpit. We'll begin to sway side to side, just looking underneath the opposite armpit, bending your elbows, and only going to the depth that your body allows. You don't have to come up as high as I'm showing in the video. Just again, tuning into how these movements feel for you. When you feel all evened out, you can create another little pillow with your hands, and then allow your left cheek to come down onto your hands, and just taking a brief rest as we prepare to continue flowing. Bring your hands underneath your shoulder, pressing firmly into the mat, making your way into a tabletop position, dropping your belly down and your chin up towards the sky, and then reversing, drawing your belly button towards your spine, chin to chest, taking a deep inhale, and on your exhale, allowing your belly to come down towards the earth. And we'll move through a few rounds of Bhitilasana and Marjalasana at your own pace, following the rhythm of your unique breath pattern, and finding organic movements when you feel ready. Maybe shifting your weight into one hand and the other, or allowing your hips to come back into your Balasana pose. Even flipping your hands towards your knees. Really whatever feels good for you. Begin to tuck your toes, bending your knees and lifting your hips, moving into our first Adho Mukha Svanasana of class. Pressing firmly into your hands and allowing your chest to come towards your knees and your heels to fall towards the earth. They don't have to touch, or they can. Bending one knee, then the other, and just getting comfortable in this pose. Take a deep inhale through your nose, and on your exhale, lift your right foot up behind you. And then bend your knee, drawing your knee towards your chest, and allow your right foot to come to the outside of your right hand as we move into Uttanapristhasana. Your hands will be on the inside of your right foot, and you'll be lifting your chest up towards the sky. You can allow your right knee to fall over, and even making your way down onto your elbows. If your hips are pretty tight, this pose could be a little uncomfortable for you. I know it was for me this day. So just tune into how you feel in your body today. It can change day to day. It's just most important that you're listening. Begin to heel toe your right foot in between your hands. You might need to scooch your hips back a little bit. And then rise your hands up into your Anjaneyasana pose, pressing firmly into your left knee and not allowing your right knee to go too far forward, not past your toes. On your exhale, we'll open up to the right side, extending our left hand in front of us and our right hand behind us. Really feeling this twist in our upper body, continuing to breathe. And on our next exhale, we'll bring our hands back up over our head and then allow them to come down into our cactus arms, or interlacing our hands behind us. Again, really stretching out our chest. Raising our hands up over our head and then allowing them to frame our right foot, moving back into a tabletop position, and then tucking your toes and shifting back into your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale, release. Raise your left foot up behind you and then bend your knee, drawing your knee towards your chest and allowing your left foot to come to the outside of your left hand. Allowing your hips to sink towards the earth and gently looking up. Maybe looking down, just stretching out your neck. And like the first side, you can find whatever variation works best for you and your body. Sometimes what feels good on one side of our body will not feel the same on the other side, and that's completely normal. Begin to press into your hands as you lift your hips up and heel toe your foot in between your hands. And then raise your hands up over your head, moving into Anjaneyasana on our left side. Taking a deep inhale through your nose. And on your exhale, twisting over to the left side. Extending your right hand out in front of you and your left hand behind you, like you're reaching in opposite directions. We still want to keep our hips facing towards the front of our mat though. On your next exhale, you can release your hands back up over your head, and then finding another back bend that feels good in your body. Release your hands to the outside of your left foot, and then make your way to a tabletop position, tucking your toes and lifting your hips as you shift back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a deep inhale through your nose, and this time we'll release through our mouth, and then allow your knees to come down onto the earth as we rest in our Balasana pose. Continue to take deep inhales through your nose and just release into the mat. Slowly begin to lift your forehead off the mat, walking your hands towards your body, and then shifting over your ankles as we move into Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of our feet together, our knees out wide, and then slowly allowing our upper body to come down towards our feet. You can choose how deeply you would like to go. Your feet being closer to your body will be a more intense stretch, and your feet farther away will be a less intense stretch in your body. When you're ready, you can begin to lift up out of this pose and making your way down onto your back. Begin to bring the soles of your feet to the mat, extending your right leg up towards the sky, and then bending your knee, bringing your right foot to the top of your left knee. And you can remain here, or if you'd like a little bit more intensity, you can draw your left knee towards your chest by weaving your hands through your legs and drawing your knee towards your chest. Begin to unravel your legs as we move over onto the opposite side, bringing your left foot to the top of your right knee and drawing your right knee in towards your chest. If this is too intense, you can keep your right foot down on the mat and just press into your left knee. I promise you it's still an amazing stretch. Feel free to hang out in those postures as long as you'd like. But if you'd like to move on, you can unravel and just sway your knees side to side, releasing any leftover tension in your lower back and throughout your body. And when you're ready, you can just let everything fall down onto the mat as we move into our Shavasana pose. In our Shavasana pose, this is when we just surrender everything into our mat, not just the physical, but also the mental and the emotional, just letting go. Our Shavasana pose will transition into a meditation, and you're more than welcome to enjoy the meditation laying down on your back or in any other posture, included a seated position. In our meditation, all we have to do is keep our attention on our inhales and exhales, allowing our thoughts to pass by in our mind like clouds just passing by. We can notice them, but we don't need to latch on to each of them. And I'll let you know when the meditation is complete. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. You can begin to take small movements in your fingers and toes, bringing more energy to your body as you transition from this mindfulness practice back into your day. And hopefully you will be able to take some of the mindfulness and peace that you cultivated on your mat and bring it with you as you navigate whatever this day brings to you. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to take care of yourself and specifically trying out one of the Sustain Life Journal yoga classes. If you would like to learn more about sustainable living and yoga lifestyle tips, you can check out the newsletter at sustainlifejournal.com. Thanks again for choosing to flow with me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.